Hello and welcome to 15-Minute Gamer. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button for more videos, and for as little as 99 pence you can now join. Just click the join button above. Hey guys, what's up? It's me, Tony, and today we're doing an Escape from Tarkov video and looking at Interchange map. This is a map guide for Interchange, and I'm going to be doing it a little bit different in the fact that I'm going to be using a system where I'm going to put this map on the screen and I'm able to draw on it like so, and I'm going to move it around, and as we go across I'm going to show you where the things are, what's best to look at, where to go, things to see, and see how much we can get covered in the 40 minutes of the raid. And first off, we're going to have a look at the spawns, where the PMCs come in and where you extract. So that'll be on here. And now extracts, the two main ones are here, which is Railway, and here, which is Emercom. The easiest way to remember is Railway is out the front of Idea, Emercom is at the back of Ollie. Easiest way to remember. So you got Railway, just head out the front. If you got Ollie, head out the back. You also have a few other extracts, which is Scaf Camp. Unfortunately for here, you need a friendly Scav. Probably not going to happen. Power plant, you need 3,000 rubles. That's the common one I kind of go for. If it's there, it's not always there. And then you got a hole in the fence, which you can do if you remove your backpack. So there's the, well, and there's also one underground, which is there, safe room. And that one requires a key, and it's pretty expensive, that key, and it's limited uses as well. When we're talking about the extracts, it's important to talk about where you're going to spawn. You can spawn here, 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 and there. I think that's all of them. Yep, that seems to be all of them. And one of the most dangerous places in this map when you start is the spawn. The amount of times you get killed out here, not even before you get into the place, is insane. So one of the first tips I'm going to give you is know your spawn and where other people will be. If you spawn in here and you're like, right, I'm going to head to Idea, bearing in mind, this guy could be heading in. This guy is going to be heading from up here. This guy could be heading up here. He could go over there. But then that guy, so you can see where the problems lie. Again, you spawn at this one. Let's get rid of them arrows. And we'll take this one, for example. Pretty easy, straight in. You're going to be first in, which is always good. You spawn a power plant. You're like, right, I'll loot power plant, which is quite common. And what's going to happen is this guy could push up. These guys could push in. You could have 3 guys from 2 different ways coming within seconds. The key locations outside are here, power plant, because it's got loads of loot in it. It's got 4 jackets. Railway has 5 loot spawns within meters of each other. You can get to most of them very quickly. There's a bus here with the Idea registers, and they can be quite profitable, so it's always worthwhile hitting that if you're passing. If you start here, I always go down, go there, and go there. If you're in power plant, it's kind of up to you. They're the kind of main areas outside. The rest of it's not really worth looting as such. I would not tend to loot anywhere else. Parking lot's probably one of the most confusing. I always get lost in there, and I'll show you why when we get to it. But without further ado, let's get on with it. So let's put the game up. And with Interchange, one of the things I would say is have an idea before you jump in. So think, right, I want to hit Idea, I want to hit Ollie, I want to hit wherever. So we're going to get rid of all these because we're going to go in. Oh, it's thundering. That was ominous just as we went in. Right, so we have spawned, and we have spawned right beside a railway extract. So we are here, up at the top. So the extract for railway is just along here. There's the mall. And we are going to run, normally I wouldn't do this, but for the purposes of the video, we're going to run along here. that is idea. In the middle, you have it's just where the general mall is. And then that far side over there is where Ollie is, okay? So if you've got railway extract to get out, that is where you're going. Remember, I said if you've got Ollie, you head out the back of Ollie to the far side. You're always going from left to right in a purpose. This is very dangerous. Remember when I said outside? If I spawn here, I could have guys pushing from up here. I could have these guys pushing from up here. If the game was being really cruel, these guys could be up here. So you've got to think of where people are pushing you from. So standing here, I could have 3 or 4 people pushing towards me, depending on how it goes. So just remember that, guys. It's quite important to remember. Now, when we're talking about outside, luckily we've got quite a good spot. Here's the bus I was telling you about with the cash register key on. It does spawn some other stuff as well. The key will be on one of these seats here. Sometimes you'll see some extra bits and bobs on the seats in there. Like, there we go. There's a lunchbox. Now, the power plant, remember, there is a spawn here. The spawn is just over here. There is a bag in there, and also things can spawn up in there. There's a cache at the back over there. Inside power station, we'll get to turn the power on as well. Inside here, you have 2 jackets. You have another 2 jackets there. You have a toolbox there. You have a toolbox there. And in this office, you can get beard oil. It's got filing cabinet, and it's got a few computers as well. There's a circuit board, a Nikon, you know, to like 20, 30, 40k right there. A few computers. Another jacket as well, so there's a computer there. There's a computer down there, and a computer there. So, always worthwhile checking. And to turn the power on, come up here, it gets very, very noisy. But that's how you turn the power on for power station. Also, if you're a bit cautious of who's coming for you, you can snipe down there and down there if you're first here to keep an eye on who's coming to get you. So, always remember that. They're going to be able to see you, but at least you can get a good move onto there. So, that's power plant. Oops. It's moved to distortion. Right there. And if we go up here, there is some more looting spots. You gotta be careful here. There's usually 2 or 3 scavs in this general area. So always be a little bit careful of what you're looking at. In here, there's the car. That's what you need to extract to. Head to the car, pay your 3,000 rubles, and just sit here for a minute and wait to extract. Scavs will be in between these, so they can be a little bit hard to spot. So always bear that in mind, because they can be little buggers, them little scavs. And then you've got 2 or 3 lootable areas in here. You've got here, which has a toolbox. You got there with another toolbox, and there with a weapons box. So there are 3 areas in here you can loot. And as I said, just be a bit careful, because not only you got scavs, you'll have players up here sniping down for you as well. And we are heading in at... And even see looking at this, you're like, well, where the hell am I? We're heading into parking lot here. Now, the parking lot underground, it's dark. There are lots of little weapon crates and things dotted around. Like, there's loads of little medical tents. They have quite a few items in them as well. There are some expensive items as well. And moving around here, you can get lost quite easily. So just a medical tent. These are the medical tents. See in here. Got some pineapple juice. Of course, everyone needs a drink when they're, running around. But as you can see, because I'm in the back end, there's no names or letters on any of these pillars. You see that? It's all blank. So if you can't see any letters or numbers, you know you're in the back. If I move front here, you can see now I've moved through here, along there, and along here. And I can now see B in front of me. So B, 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 B. Everywhere. You see all the Bs? And if I move through to here, we should start to see A's. So B10. And if we keep running through, this should be A area. Not we can see any A's anywhere. B. B. We're in this big area just out front. More medical tents. There's usually only one way in. You can see there, got some broken boxes. You can see how big this place is as well, can't you? it's huge. There you go, moving into C. I went the wrong way. It was that way. See? You get it even with a map on the screen. You can get a bit lost. And now we're into C. So we've moved across here. We're moving into C. And I'm going to show you the hole in the wall and the broken staircase. Two very key areas. Very, very key areas. Because I turned the power on, can you hear that? There's a little alarm going off. We'll be investigating that soon. There's a weapons crate behind there. Always worthwhile checking. And here is the hole in the wall. This is how you get round to the back again. So just through here, this is how you get to the back of the area. So we're now here, looking into here, and round the back of the area. So that's the parking garage. Just remember, look out for your letters. That will dictate where you are and where you're going to come up and where you're going to get into. Now, underground, one of the best things about it is it's one of the least areas where you're going to run into problems. Not many people use it because of the fact you can get lost. So you tend to run through here quite unimposed. There will be a couple of scavs down here, 2 or 3 of them, but they're quite easy to deal with because you can see quite far range. But just bear in mind, players don't usually use this to traverse at the beginning. They'll usually use it to exit. So they'll run down this ramp and out because see straight away you're outside there. Best way to do it. So if we're just going to nip up this staircase here, having a look inside. So inside the mall, what is there to do? A little hint for you: when you run up here, do not run up here. It makes so much noise. Run up the side over here, and you'll just have a much better time. Like way better time. So I'm gonna get rid of that little squiggle. I'm gonna then move the map across and down to Ollie. So we are currently here. Now, when you get here, there is a couple of different routes you can take. The first one I'm going to show you is this route here, because there's key spawns down here, and there's some loot. Looks like a man. Let's just draw a man. There we go. So down here, there's a few rooms. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to get rid of the little man, and I'm going to zoom this out a little bit and show you the hotspots. So the hotspots, this is a massive hotspot. Where I am now, I would say probably 50-60% of my firefights are in this general area. I'm running from here to over there, just outside the tech shop. So that's this whole area here is just a hotspot. If you get into this area, the chances are you're probably going to have some contact. And I'll explain why later. Second hotspot that I usually find myself in is here. This is a massive hotspot, especially around the back. Like kind of this bit here. I usually... that looks totally rude. Around the back there. That is a hotspot. And then coming up here is usually quite a hotspot. Next hotspot is just coming up the steps around here. And this computer room. I'd say they're kind of the main ones. Lastly, this whole area out here. The amount of times I've died in this area is insane. And that's because there's some good sniping spots. There's some really good places for... Yeah. I've just noticed that isn't shown on your screen. Why not? Can you move it along? There we go. Yeah, so this is a bit of a hotspot area up here. And then moving down into here, this is like the back way out. So it's a lot of people use it to escape. But I've been killed a lot of times in there. Because there's some sniper spots. And you can aim down the whole thing. There's also some weapon crates in the middle as well. And we're going to have a look at there in a second. So yeah, they're the hotspots. So you've got here, here, here. Don't know why, but that computer room always. And then here. They're kind of the hotspots areas that I usually get in trouble with. So, Ollie. First off, what we're going to look at is just down to the side. So, as the little man was shown before, if we zoom in, and this is this area here. And the reason this is a hotspot is because A, you've got loads of cash registers down there. These lockers can spawn stuff, like chains and even the odd Bitcoin. So it's always worthwhile checking out. These are all cash registers, so all these can be checked and open as well. So there's a couple of cash registers down there. Inside here, this is where I've been killed a few times in here. So there's a couple of rooms. There's 2 rooms you can go into, and they've got computers on and some shelving units, so you can get stuff in there. And I think one of the quest items is in there as well. I think it's in that bottom room. In here, some more computers. This is the one you need a key for. I've got the key. I brought all my keys with me. Just going to open up. And again, the stuff on them shelving units, there's one of the quest items on there. So it can be quite a little busy area. So always worthwhile checking. There you go, some duct tape. It's like 10 grand, but all adds up. Bit of a hotspot area that I've been killed a few times in here. Feel free to open the door. Right, Ollie. We're moving into Ollie now. So at the front of the store, you have all the cash registers and an information desk. So this is information desk 1. It has a few computers in it. 2 computers in it, so it's worthwhile checking in all the cash registers. First off, what you want to do is check all these shelves. They can spawn propane tanks, gas analyzers. In fact, there is a quest where you have to find a gas analyzer. It'll be on one of these shelves generally. I found it maybe second time of looking. The other key areas inside Ollie are, well, basically everywhere in here. Check every single shelf. You don't know what you're going to find. There's another information desk here. So if we look here, this is sort of around about this area here is where we are now. There's 2 computers inside there. Again, there's a fuel can. Nice little bit of money. Got some hose on there. Anything could be on these shelves around there. So check all of them. I would recommend don't bring a flashlight. It might be a little bit dangerous. But you can see another hose there. Around the back in these little bins. So we've now moved into the back of Ollie. This is where car batteries will spawn. So it's always worthwhile checking. There's a toolbox on there. All these shelves. As I said, there's another hose. Could be anything. Sometimes it's a little cheeky motor. Like, I think it's up on that one, which you can never reach. But around the back of Ollie, it's where you're going to find a lot of good loot sometimes. As I said, it is kind of half random, so just bear it in mind. Not always great, but, you know, there's 125k right there. So moving on down, and we're just going to talk about this. This area here is the way out to the back, so this is to go into here. And as I said, that's one of the ways someone will come in, so just be wary if you're in here first. Someone could be coming in through here. All these shelves can spawn propane tanks, all them sort of stuff. And we're going to move on down here to the offices. Again, this isn't as big of a hotspot. It's probably one of the least hotspotty areas of the map for me. But the only problem coming out is it can get pretty hot out here. So we're just going to move into here. Into here. Nope, didn't want to do that. Kicked the wrong door. Out here to the back, just to demonstrate. This is now moving into the back area here. So you can see we've come through here and we're now into here. And outside, this is the way you would go down to the Emercom Checkpoint. So Emercom Checkpoint is down there. This is the area I was saying before where I get killed all the time. So that is, if I zoom it out a little bit, just came in this door here and we're looking down into here. I've been killed loads of times in here, loads of times. A grenade crate in there. Running into the middle is generic, and there's also some weapon crates in the middle. However, I'm not going to go there yet because we're still haven't finished with the last bit of Ollie. Door. You open this door. And there's some computers and stuff inside here. So at the moment, we are in this area here. So there's 3 rooms with stuff in. There's another one. This takes us into the warehouse. So toolbox. Again, propane stuff might spawn on there. And then we're back to sort of the back end of Ollie. So what we've done there is literally just come across. and back into Ollie. Right, we're going to move out of Ollie. We're now at the front of Ollie, so we are here, and we're looking at here, which is, I call it a furniture store. I don't know how you pronounce that in any language, but it's a furniture store. In here, there's a few things. There's a couple of weapons crates. Underneath TVs, like here, you can get bitcoins and stuff. So it's always worthwhile having a little bit of a look, see if you can find anything. These shelves can spawn the odd thing on as well. There's some chlorine. So just have a look around in here. It's also a bit of a safer way to pass sometimes than traveling down here. And that's that shop there. As you can see, there's quite a few things in here. Techno is your first main hit. This store can spawn anything electronic, from graphics cards to Tetrises to military cable. There's 50k for you. Broken LCD, light bulbs, USB. Sometimes there's money on the counter. So there you go. I mean, look there. There's some wires, some military cables. Just coming in here now, would have got probably about 150k just from that. Just from them things on there. So that is Techno. When we come out of Techno, all these shops along the side here are not really worth hitting. The only thing you want to look for is the dummies will sometimes wear hats. So if you're doing some of your hat collection quests, it's worthwhile having a look because they'll spawn with them on. This shop here, which is their Telespet or something like that, this has an alarm in, which is very annoying, but it can spawn G-phones in here, like golden G-phones and stuff like that, so it's worthwhile having a look in there as well. Now, can you remember when we were underground and I was showing you that destroyed ramp thing? This is where it leads up to. And it's one of the reasons why I say don't ever come up here. Because if you come up here, you've got to watch that way, that way, that way, and that way. I've come up here and been sniped from all the way over there before. I've been killed from that way. I'm being killed in from there as well. These stores don't have too much in. Generic shop here does have a few things in. So it's always worthwhile having a little bit of a look. Also, some quest items in here as well you do need, and some jackets. So that is there. That's called generic. And that's just beside the ramp. So if you want to make a quick exit, you go straight down there into C. So if we go down into the parking garage place again. This little walkway here, straight into C, and then you can get straight out the front, or you could go through D, or you could go through there. So it gives you a few options to escape the place, which is always a good shout. So let's go back over here. So we are currently a generic. And then you've got all these middle stores in here. These aren't usually too great. Usually I just use them as a bit of a cut through if I want to escape trouble. And now we're going to move into one of the very busy areas. And also this is where the boss can spawn as well. So the boss usually, I'm not saying every time, is Brutal or Mantis. So if we just move this up a little bit, that's Mantis. That's Brutal. The boss can be anywhere around about here. He's ran upstairs before and taken all three of us out in a team within about 2 seconds. He is deadly if you get caught out by him. So if we look at Brutal first, there's a couple of loot spawns in here. So just bear in mind, any of these shelves can spawn loot. The shelves there, shelves there, shelves there, shelves there. Mantis is full of like medical supplies. So Mantis is this one here, full of medical supplies. Have a look. There's plenty to find. There's coats, there's bags. There's I found quite a lot of good loot in here. One little tip for you is if you see one of these, have a look in. They can have stuff in there. So that is Mantis. We're now going to go into Kiba. You need 2 keys for this. The keys are about £1.5 million for both of them. The power needs to be on to get in. So you can't get in unless the power's on. And so you need 2 keys. And when you go in, everyone will know you're entering there now because the alarm goes off. So you can turn it off. There is a space. Now what you'll get along here is loads and loads of parts. There's also a weapons locker down here which can contain guns. All these have parts in. Into here you have guns, you have parts, you have weapon crates, and then back here, same again, lots of guns, weapons crates, bits and bobs. There's a lot of money to be gotten here. But bearing in mind, as soon as you enter, people are going to know. That is Keybat right there. So this, if you ever get lost, is the central hallway. You can't go too far wrong here. It is very straight, very central. That's the front. That's the back. If you ever get lost, it's with the glass. That's the front of the thing. We're going to keep going down here for the moment, though. So I'm coming back to the front of the store. So we're here now at the front of Ultra Mall. We're then going to head this way. Again, any of these shops around here, there's not much in them. I wouldn't even bother checking in there. Again, hats maybe. If you want some hats, worthwhile checking out. And now I'm just going to zoom in towards Emercom. Emercom is where you get all your medical supplies. Again, be a bit careful here. 1, 2, there's 3 ways which you could get attacked here. So we're going to unlock it. I'll show you what it's like. It's very noisy. People will know instantly when you're in there. But there's no alarm. So as you can see there, there's medical supplies everywhere on all the shelves, on all the things. There's also 3 ways in, so you have to be a bit careful. Bag there, coat there, bag there. There's a couple of other bags lying around as well. And if we just open that door and come out. So that was there. And then to the side of Emercom, if we just move along here, Voyage has loads of stuff in it. So that is there. So it has computers, coats, that sort of thing. We're going to head back over here. So we're now heading from there across to here. And I just wanted to show you one more shop because I kind of just missed it out. And it's this Rasmussen. I think that's how you pronounce it. This can spawn graphics cards and stuff like that. Check the shelves all the way around. All electrical equipment's in here. That is heading over to here. So it's behind the furniture shop. So yeah, always worthwhile checking out. Right from here, let's get rid of all these little arrows. What I'm going to do is just move up here, round the back, and into the second store. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to run up here. There's nothing really to loot around here. Nothing really worth it. Just get through it. I've got into a few fights around here because you'll get guys pushing from here downwards. You'll get guys pushing up. You'll get... There's 4 ways you can get killed here. We've been killed here many, many, many times. Tents have some good stuff in. And we're just going to move through into this store. Oops, I got stuck in a sandbag. Now this store is probably one of the least traversed. Can you still see? Oh no, the arrow. Ugh. Let's move it so you can see a little bit better and zoom it out. This store is a massive. And what it's good for is food. There's always lots of food items around here, especially in the back corner over there. You'll find tashonkers and stuff like that. So it's worthwhile keeping an eye out around here. And if I just move through here, remember I said I get killed all the time in one of the hotspots areas. This is where it is. Why have you turned to black? See, this is the problem doing it live, but I thought it'd be way more fun. So around here, there's crates there. There's stuff spawns on here, on the tables, on the crates, on top of there, all around. And people sit up there and snipe. So yeah, this is one of these danger areas where I was saying before. But you use it to traverse outside around the back. So you can head to a power station, or you can head out towards Ollie back there. So it gives you a few options of how to get out. Also, little tip for you guys, around the back here is a way down to the parking garage without getting into trouble. So it's a nice little way out. I call this just generic, just because there's not much in it, but you can find some stuff. And it's usually a bit quieter in here as well. So I'm just going to head down here. And yeah, we'll head back into the middle again. Be wary, there's a few scavs will spawn around here as well. Not just the boss, a few scavs. We're going to keep the front. So now we are currently just heading down here. Towards the front of the store. You guys ran out of stamina. How much time we got left? 40 minutes. See, it's tough to do everything. If you can't do everything this map. Like, it's going to be tough. So we're getting to the front of the store now. And we're heading through the front from here. And we're heading to Idea. So, Idea. This is a good little store. There's a bag in there. There's a way down there. There's a way down just around here as well. Up here is how you get in, and you'll see in a second why it looks like Idea. These are all openable, so you can come to them, unlock, search them, and you usually get some money. Usually it's about 5 grand, depending on what mood it's in. There's quite a few tills. There's about 7 or 8 tills. All these shelves can spawn items, so it's always worthwhile having a look. And we're going to move all the way across to the computer room, which is a hot spot. You know when I was talking about hot, this is boiling hot spot, this bit. And the reason why, it spawns some good items, and also some of the quests need done here as well. Flash drives, that sort of thing, so you're going to see things there. There's computers. Inside here, there's things like Tetrises are spawned here. There's lots of electrical items. And my god, this can be a tough area. You can get killed here. Round here, things can spawn on shelves, lions, that sort of thing. So it's always worthwhile having a check on the shelves of all the displays. And that's kind of Idea. There's not too much to Idea. People get a bit confused, but really, just computer room and out the back. And out the back, if we're running, will take us to the back, and then we'll just cut round here, out, and we're outside again. So that's mainly what's on the first floor, or the ground floor, whichever way you look at it, if you're American, English, or whatever. Like so. So now, if we move on to the other map, we are now here, and we're going to walk along here. All these stores, there's a couple of things in bits and bobs. I wouldn't recommend really hitting any, unless you really want to. We're just going to head up to this one, and then across to here. So this one here has a few medical supplies in. It's like a pharmacy sort of thing. So you could always pop in there if you want to. Again, I don't really see the point. Actually, we're going to go... No, let's go this way. Let's go this way. Now here is a bit of a food court. These all have tills that you can open. So you can get around the back, and there's 3 tills in each. So you can hit them. Down there is a central part of the mall. And you might get a couple of scavs up and down here as well. So be very careful of that. We did have Emercom Checkpoint to get out, didn't we? Yeah, thought we did. Right, now the main store up here. Or the main 2. So we've moved all the way along here. And these are your 2 main stores here. TechLight on this side has all the bits and bobs like graphics cards, military cables, CPUs, bulbs, circuit boards, that sort of thing. So a lot of kit inside there. Inside here spawns medical supplies. When you open this door, you need a key for it. You can inside there get loads of stuff like lead X's and stuff. Like I've known people to get 4 or 5 lead X's out of there, so it's always worthwhile checking. And the rest of the places up here, not really worth it, I wouldn't say. They're the 2 main stores you want to hit. So the first extract we're going to look at is a railway. Now this is at the top edge of the map. If I zoom out, you'll be able to see. So it's at the front of Idea. To get here, you can go up and around there, you can go up and around there, or straight through the middle. I would recommend either down the bottom, or I wouldn't go through the middle. It's a little bit dangerous. Also, it's a bit of a campy area as well. You need to watch out for here around that bush, all the way up here, and people will camp inside here as well. So I tend to come around and down into extract. You just need to get through either this side, basically just right down in the bottom corner of there, and you'll extract. It is quite far from the mall, as you can see. Like, it's a bit of a distance. That's why it's a bit dangerous. But yeah, don't come across the middle, come left or right. Next up, right next area, we're looking at Scaf Camp. So what we did is move from railway. We came down, came round, and this is Scaf Camp here. Easiest way to tell is it's a fenced off area with gates either end, and the area you're looking for is to the back of here under the truck. For this one though, you need to find a friendly scav in order to extract, which is almost nigh on impossible. But yep, there's that one as well. Next up is Emercom Checkpoint, which is at the back of Ollie, remember? So you want to come out the back of Ollie past the flags. And it is just here. Gotta be very careful on this one. People will camp all the way around here, along there in the tents as well. So we on the map are currently... No, I don't want to extract. Game, run away. Right, so basically, if we look at the map, this is Emercom down here. You can go along here and down, or you can go along here and across, or you can just run straight through, depending on what mood you're in. But I would choose, again, one of the sideways, because it's just safer. Along here, you're pretty much covered from here, because people like to camp in these tents. So in here, they'll literally just wait until you come across and then kill you. And then the same over here as well. So just be careful which way you come in. But yeah, you just want to stand, as you can see, between them trucks. So just anywhere around here and here, anywhere around this sort of general area. Next up, and next one is Hole in Fence, which is located here, just behind these barrels. And Hole in Fence is just to the back, behind Haymall, and behind these 2 red crates, which is here. And all you're going to do is walk into this area here, and you'll extract. The only problem is, you can't have a backpack. And finally, the very expensive one. So just before we start looking at extracts, because you need one of these for one of them, is the object #11 SR keycard. It has 15 uses, and it is worth, well, it used to be about 6 million rubles. It's now down to 590,000, so a little bit more achievable. And the final exfil, step 1. Power plant. Turn the power on. So you go in here and turn the power. That's step 1. Step 2. So the next step is go at the top level. Find burger spot, which is here. So it's kind of the top. Depending on what way you look at it, but you can see there, top level. And you're walking in, or running in, shall I say. And you go here, into the toilets, into the men's room, which is on the right hand side. Click on this toilet. This unveils the secret button panel. And now we can go to the safe room, which is just down into the basement. So to find the safe room, you want to head to the collapsed walkway. You want to head down it. Hang a left. past the noisy generator, and here it is. Inside here, there's loads of loot, loads of things to find, grenade boxes, and what you want to be doing is click on this panel and close the door, and then you'll extract. The key card for here costs around about 700,000 rubles at the moment. When it first came out, it was about 7 million. So it is an expensive key. And it's a lot of hassle to get in and around as well, but that's where you need to go. So thank you very much for watching the video. Goodbye.